friends, it's Kathy Clement with Kathy by Design. Welcome to Wonderful Wednesday. I do this little weekly series on my YouTube channel where I share a free tutorial and my love for paper crafting with all of you. This is the fourth Wednesday in the month of March 2025, so it's time for us to do our Wind Back Wednesday. This is by special request. So many of you wanted me to dip back into older products that you might have in your stash and share a new idea or design to inspire you to use up your papers. So today we are working with Prima's beautiful In Full Bloom. This is one of the Three Girls Tale collections, and I've become very fond of their work. This is an Easter spring themed collection with gorgeous spring patterns. This is the 6x6. I'll just give you a flip through. The back and the front are equally gorgeous in this collection. And I love all the little greenhouse images. There's little bunnies, there's little, I mean, you can go spring, you can go Easter. There's a lot you can do with this collection. So I used it. I'll put a link on my blog to other projects that I made with this collection. It also comes with fussy cut pages. So I have this, the 6x6. I have, here's the cover sheet of the 12x12, and you will see that I have cut into this because there are fussy cuts on the back of this page as well. But just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous spring patterns and images. So I thought this fit in well with our bunnies and blooms theme for March and dug it out of my stash so that we can make something beautiful together today. This is going to be a quick and easy. I haven't done one of those in a long time. So this is just one of those things that you can run up if you've got, you know, half an hour or so in your crafty space. Here's a bunch of the scraps. I also have the 4x6 journal cards, which are practically a card all on their own. You can just slap those on as a card focal and you're good to go. Just such a beautiful collection, and I think you can still get a lot of these. And then I have the ephemera pack, the tags, which are so cute. They're just miniatures of the paper collection, but really fun. And then I have some little tickets too. So I have quite a lot of this collection left in my stash, and this is the perfect time of year to break it out and use it. So what are we baking? Well, stick around and I'll show you. So what are we making? Well, how about this pretty pastel Easter card? I just love this vintage watering can. It's one of my old Spellbinder dies. And this beautiful lacy background, also Spellbinder. It's a 5x7 card, a little dangle charm with a watering can and a bee charm. Vintage button from my stash, some baker's twine, and little clusters of roses from Renee Bouquets. I've embossed this using the die, and then on the inside we just have a simple card with a message over here on the right, and then a little treat pocket on the left with a tea bag, a honey stick, a little sweet tag, and a note card. So it's a quick and easy make, makes a terrific little gift to pop in the mail for Easter, and is cute enough to set out as home decor too. And if you'd like to learn how to make it, stick around because the tutorial is coming up next. I like to start with making my card base. So I found this really soft green. I think it's called jadeite, and I trimmed it to 10 inches by 7 inches and scored it in half at 5. So we have a side fold 5x7 card base. On the inside, I lined it with this very soft pink 4 7/8 by 6 7/8. And now we're going to dress up the inside first because I find this easier to do. And I've got 2 panels. Both of these are 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 of the 12x12 paper. And I'm going to glue these down. This paper is so pretty, it's hard to choose which side to use, but I went with the pink. We're going to glue this down just like that. Then on this side, also 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, I've prepared a pocket, and this is 6 inches by 3 3/4 inches, and I scored 3/4 of an inch here and 5/8 of an inch on each side because I want this to slip over. I'm going to cut. Do you see where these score lines meet? I'm just going to cut just below the intersection of those scored lines. And then we're going to fold our flaps like this. And this should allow our paper panel to slip right inside like this. And now we can glue it down on the back side. It's just another way to make a pocket. Any way you want to make it is fine. Even if you just want to take a 4 3/4 by 3 inch piece of paper and you pocket it. It's all good. It's whatever works for you, but this is a nice way to make a pocket. This makes a very finished looking pocket. Take my bone folder and just press that glue into place. And see, now this is going to go down right here, and it's just a really nice fit. And I'll probably stick a little treat in that pocket, like a tea bag or a, you just never know what I'll find in my treasure trove of goodies. I'm going to take this down just like this and press that into place. Then I went into my tags and I found this that is going to match our cover. I'm going to glue this down just to dress up that pocket. And this is going to go right here. And I just added a little bit of twine. I might bring this around, put a little dot of glue right here so that it doesn't end up hanging out of my card. Then I went into the ephemera pack and found these cute flower pots. We're going to glue those down on our tag. Just like this. Pretty, pretty. Another little tag to go in the pocket. And then this journal card with our little bunny and room on the back to write a nice note. So that's very nice. And then to dress this up over here, this little ephemera piece that says bloom. And this ephemera piece that says beautiful. So that finishes the inside of the card. Quick and easy. Okay. Now, for the front of the card, I cut a 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 inch piece of this pretty green pattern from the paper collection. And I know this is upside down. I might even do it this way. All right, so there's that. And then since this is Wind Back Wednesday, I went into my stash of dies and I found this old Spellbinders 5 by 7 detailed scallops. You might even still be able to get this. I'm not sure, but I like all the detail on this, and I die cut this out of White Dove cardstock. And then I stitched this little, I can't remember how big this was. I gotta look. It's just under 3.5 by just under 5.5. It's not, It's not 5/8, it's just under. So you just have to trust me on that. But I thought that looked pretty back behind there. And I put some foam tape to add a little dimension. I did stitch that panel onto the card. And I just liked that little extra bit of texture it added. We're going to center this up over this panel and just press that into place. Now, because it is Wind Back Wednesday, I also went looking for something kind of springy, gardeny, and I found this Spellbinders Vignette watering can. This is an old Amazing Paper Grace die, and I love the detailed embossing and the sweet old-fashioned feel. So I die cut this out of both white dove cardstock and then patterned paper. And to emboss it, you use your embossing pad, and then I came in with peeled paint and a little sponge dauber to bring out those embossed details. And I've also put foam tape on the back of this. Doing the 2 layers of both the patterned cardstock and plain cardstock really helps protect the die. Okay, and it's going to stick out a little bit. I think I got it straight. Straight is the hardest thing in the world for me. Let me just make sure. There we go. That looks more straight. All right. So then I told you this was going to be a quick and easy. I went into my ephemera and I found this darling little bunny, and I thought, well, instead of putting flowers in the watering can, why don't I put my little bunny in there? And behind the bunny, just to add a little extra layer, I've got these sweet floral ephemeras that I'm just going to tuck down in. I'm not going to put any foam tape on these. I just want these to sit kind of back behind. So I've got him just loosely in there while I'm positioning these posies. Okay. And then on this side as well. See, that's really sweet. So now I can take the foam tape off the back of my bunny. I'm going to put a little adhesive right here, and I'm going to tuck him into my watering can. Just trying to get him straight, just like that. Okay. And then, so that he doesn't look like he's kind of hanging there, this is more floral ephemera from the paper collection, and I'm going to put it here. And here. Okay. On our little watering can, I've got this sweet little bird. And I've put a single layer down by his feet and a double layer up by his head, so I can layer him in right here like he's sitting on the spout. This cute little chick is going to sit right here in this corner. So that's the basic front of our card. All right, let's see if we can finish this card up. I went into my stash of embellishments and I found this adorable watering can and little tiny bee, which is perfect for spring. I'm going to put it right there as a dangle, and then to go over it, a little button like this. Got a little bow to go right here. I'm going to see if I can't tuck it in under this button a little bit. There we go. So there's our button and bow with our cute bumblebee and watering can charm. And then on the watering can, these are Renee bouquets. These are her mini roses and leaves. I'm going to put this green leaf going right here. And I have this pretty pink rose. To go right here. And then these are the tiniest, sweetest little roses. And I'm just going to tuck them in on each side. Like that. There we go. See how cute that is? That's adorable. And then down here by our little chickie, I've got these two tiny little rosebuds. And this little rosebud. I'm just going to go just like this. And this itty little bow is going to go in there. Just like that. And that completes our card. I've got this sweet little button. I don't think I need it though. Well, I'm going to tuck it right in with our bow. I'll take care of those glue webs later, but that's sweet. Okay, so there's the front of our card. That is adorable. And then on the inside, here's our pocket. I made a little tea pouch just with my scraps. And then I added this little spring tag here. So that goes there along with a honey stick. So that's a really nice little treat for somebody for Easter. I hope you enjoyed this Wind Back Wednesday. And if you have this in full bloom paper collection in your stash, I hope you get a chance to break it out and play with it. It's even cuter than I remembered it. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll be back next week with our first project for April. And our theme is spring flowers. I've got a gorgeous new collection to work with. I can't wait to show it to you. And I'll see you next week. Until then, go get your craft on. Bye.